Do not disqualify yourself from the assignment that God has given you because you feel like you're not good enough, because you feel like you don't have the credentials, because you feel like you don't have the accolades, because you feel like you're not good enough. Do not disqualify yourself from the assignment that God has specifically chose you for. There are so many times where we often say to ourselves, man, I don't feel like I'm fit for this. I don't feel like I'm the best person for the job. But there's a reason that God has chosen you. There's a reason why God has called you to this particular assignment that He has given you. And it is your duty, your responsibility to make sure that you are giving your all and that you are saying yes to the assignment. Because the thing that I have learned is that God can use you, but He cannot use your excuse. God can use you regardless of your issue. When I looked at certain people in the Bible, God had particularly told me to examine Moses, and Moses himself felt like he was not good enough for the assignment. He said to God, God, don't choose me. Choose Aaron. Choose Aaron for this assignment that you have given him. I don't have what it takes to be able to lead the Hebrews out of slavery. I don't have what it takes. And God said to Moses, Moses, you do. I chose you. Moses said to God, God, I have a stuttering problem. I can't speak well. I'm not that eloquent. But I was reading in the Bible in Acts chapter 7 and 22, and it says, so Moses was educated in all the wisdom and culture of the Egyptians, and he was a man of power in words and deeds. So God had already justified and qualified Moses before he could even reject himself. God already qualified and justified Moses before anyone could reject him. God already knew that Ramses was going to reject the things that God was trying to do for the Hebrews. God was trying to bring them out of the wilderness. God was trying to free them from slavery. And He specifically chose Moses to do the assignment. But you can even see, although God had already said that Moses was best fit for the assignment, he still felt like he was not good enough. And how many of us will tell God, God, I'm not the one for this. God, you have the wrong person when He has the right person for the right job. You just got to understand that God is not looking for someone who is perfect. God is looking for someone who's going to use the wisdom that He is going to give them in order to do the assignment correctly and thoroughly. You have to understand that we are taught in this world that we got to have accolades, that we got to have degrees, and that we have to have these things in order to be educated. But the best education that you can ever receive is from the Word of God. The Word of God holds wisdom. The Word of God holds power. And the wisdom of the Lord is greater than any education or any degree, any certificate that you could ever receive. So I'm telling you right now, for the assignment that God has called you to, just say yes to the assignment. Do everything that God has asked you to do. Do not make excuses. Every single person in the Bible had an issue. Every single person in the Bible had a circumstance. Every single person in the Bible had an opportunity, and along with the opportunity came opposition. That is not an excuse for you to not do what God has called you to do. Don't allow fear to be your excuse, or anxiety or worry to not do the things that God has called you to do. Do not use the excuse of not having the resources to not do what God has called you to do. Because with everything that God has called you to do, He will be the source to your resource. God is not going to call you to do something and to not give you the resources that you need to get the assignment done. God is with you. God is for you. He just needs your yes. And when you give God your yes, expect to be blessed.